This is a clip from a recent Pops live stream or video. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next one.
I had mixed feelings over Wednesday.
Okay.
I didn't dislike Wednesday. I don't dislike where it's going. I liked season 1 so much. I was cattywampus on us, folks. Hang on, let's see if we can fix that. Nope, it's not gonna work like that. All right, well, it is what it is. I liked season 1 so much that I watched it twice and got the missus to watch it. So that's unheard of. She doesn't watch anything. Then I told her that I watched. It's first off, there's only 4 episodes. It's season split in half. Has like a kind of a not so silly end. It's supposed to be a suspenseful. It's silly because there's already a teaser for the second half of the season, so you obviously know that Wednesday is the title character. Nothing's going to happen to her. So I actually held it. Of course. Yeah, I held it back for her to watch it. So I just figured I'll just wait for the other episodes to drop, and then she can just watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I understand.
Before we get too far down the rabbit hole, what were your thoughts on season 1? Because I was incredibly surprised. I avoided it like the plague. I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want it ruined for me. I love Addams Family. And it was probably 3 or 4 weeks out. I had 2 or 3 people I really trust that you're really going to like it. And sure enough, it was sort of Addams Family meets Harry Potter. And there was really only one filler episode. And other than that, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great. I love season 1. So what was your take on season 1?
Very similar. But I didn't wait. I was looking forward to Wednesday the minute that it was promoted. I thought Jenna Ortega was going to be the best choice and I knew that the way that Tim was working with her to make the character come to life even more was something that I was excited for. We are Tim Burton family. For those of you who don't know, which I don't think that that's going to be likely because it's my dad. We have been raised to love Tim Burton films from the start, and I think I was looking forward to the fact that he was doing a show. I will say my favorite part of Wednesday, and this is just, I think I like it even more because of the fact that I've watched interviews and get an idea of the perspective on it, was the dance sequence. To learn exactly what all went into that and how she does connect all of the different Wednesdays that we've had, different versions of the character, and incorporated them into that. And it was just like, I don't know. I think it was just that impact that we needed in the season. But overall, the story, like you said, it was a perfect
Scooby-Doo meets Harry Potter, right?
Addams,
little Scooby-Doo meets Harry Potter with little Addams. And
little
for those of you who don't know,
mystery in there,
we'll clarify, right? She was raised on Nightmare Before Christmas, Batman, Beetlejuice, a little bit of Pee-wee's Big Top, but definitely, I mean, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But those are the big 3: Batman, Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas. Even though he's a producer and not the director, those are the big 3. Like, and I don't mean like a little bit. Obviously, people have talked about my impact with Batman, and so imagine how could I not? And then, of course, when she gets older, then you can they can watch more stuff. So you get into Sleepy Hollow, and you get into stuff that's a little more, So definitely a fan. And again, love Addams Family. I actually love the Raul Julia, Angelica Houston. I think you watched Christina Ricci I think you watched those when you were. I mean, they're fine. I didn't have any major problem with those. So when this was sort of announced and Burton was attached, there's a lot of backlash. People didn't like for the casting. I thought the casting was fine because of the original drawings, the original Charles Addams strip, not necessarily the John Adams version of Gomez on the TV show. But I felt like, that's fine. And then in season 1, they were kind of the worst episode, and it was kind of a little bit of a drag. Mm-hmm. And in season 2, I was like, okay, they take us back there, fine. They have a lot of elements to bring us there. She's on sort of another sort of adventure type thing. The best scene was ruined in a lot of ways in the promotional material where she's going through the airport security because she's stalking a serial killer. And it's her. It's one of the better elements of the thing. She is still spot on as a version of Wednesday. One of the problems they have with the casting is because they can't you can't do these fast enough. Is Pugsley's not really Pugsley anymore. He's growing up, so it's not
It's
it's not
different.
working for the dynamic as much for me.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
didn't care for that as much in season 2. I really just felt like both of the actors now, it's not them, it's what they're being written to do. I thought that both Morticia and Gomez were kind of off in season 2. They didn't feel Morticia's playing this like, I'm your mom. I can't let you be in harm's way. And oh, it's too much on you. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
that's not a
different.
very Addams
Yeah,
family thing, man. Like, and
yeah,
Gomez isn't jovial. He should, like, when there's
yeah,
blood splattering and craziness going on, she'd be like having a cocktail and cracking a joke about it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Lurch, get me a straw, or let me freshen up my drink, or just it would be that's the kind of jovial stuff that's missing.
That's true.
But I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. The complexity of the story, because this character is like on the scene and then disappears. Like they introduce characters and they just. So when you watch the
And then
second
we're just
half,
yeah,
yeah. So I think that if you when people binge watch it, it'll be fine. But it's going to be this massive gap between the seasons. Thing is still fantastic, just
yeah.
absolutely done fantastic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No issues with that. I will say that, like, you kind of to touch on what you said with the parents, more so Morticia than anything for me, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it's because the way that Morticia is, like, approaching the issues Wednesday's having, the fact that
Mm-hmm.
they're on campus with them, like, it was just very odd the way that they decided to change the circumstances, and um I almost wish, and I don't know if maybe this will be different for those who haven't watched the first part. If I had waited for the full season to like, maybe it would be different because it's all together. Maybe it ties like circles back around to where I can enjoy it a little bit more. But whenever you've had the classic characters done a certain way, like you said, for you, Pugsley is very odd because you're not like used to that. I don't feel like it's as big of a deal for me because to have the characters grow up, I almost feel is like a fresh take on the story. So it doesn't, that part didn't really agitate me as much or have a negative impact as the parents did. I feel like the parents being on campus and more involved and being around them as much as they are and the way that Morticia is handling circumstances, it's just not how you see that family interact with one another. So
I
I
think
don't
we're
know how
saying
I
the
would feel
same. I
about
think we're saying the same thing too, to be honest. So, like with Pugsley, it's not that he's growing up a little bit; it's that he's like this mischievous, crazy kid that you can't really control. And in the show now, in this first few episodes, he's like trying to fit in, and I don't like them
Yeah,
trying to
like
fit in part.
oddball out. He's
Who
not
cares if he
doing
fits
what
in?
he should do. Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't care if he
He
fits
shouldn't
in.
be the oddball, troublesome one that just wants to play pranks on people and then gets.
Yeah,
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 exactly. I agree with
yeah.
that.
And his only fitting in is in the Adams family itself because he is the male that has to carry on the Adams legacy, and that's the only part that matters for Pugsley. The thing with the two parents, especially Morticia, is they don't feel weird. They're not. So they should be like the hyper version of this misfit universe, if that makes sense. So
Sure.
like we have
Yeah,
misfits and they all do these
I
crazy
agree.
weird things. They're not. They shouldn't be phased by any of these things. Instead, they're trying to have it like Cloak and Dagger, Harry Potter esque sort of mystery and solve the. So
Yeah,
I just feel like part of the problem is we got half a season. That is probably part of the problem because, like you said, it probably will work itself out when we have more information. We also have a ton of characters. Obviously, they added Steve Buscemi as the new person that takes over the
yeah.
school. He's okay. Maybe it's me. I don't remember Lurch enough in season 1. He didn't feel like Lurch enough in this one. I don't know how to explain it. That felt a little off to me. Uh,
Yeah, I feel like, well, Lurch is never really attention focused, and I feel
yeah,
like maybe that's why because we don't really have him in that. He just pops in, does what Lurch does, and then gets out. Like that's
yeah.
that's how he's
It's
normally
not.
portrayed.
Maybe it needs
So
to be. Maybe they need to ramp Lurch jokes up a little bit for me.
maybe.
Because they did deliver. Because I didn't necessarily care for Fester in the season 1, where he kind of popped in and leaves. But I will say I'm actually
No, they
enjoying
did.
Fester.
Yes. They did.
Fred
They did
Armisen. Yeah,
justice
make
for
sure I got
Justice
Fred's
for
name
that.
right.
Yes.
Fred Armisen's good. I don't know why we needed this character. So they added this character. She's a student. She becomes like a stalker and a trickster and just,
It's weird
I don't
and
know.
creepy. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like throwing another thing on the wall. It's like I feel like we have just too much stuff with some of these type of things. She's still great. I got to be honest. Emma Myers is still fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Joy Sunday is fine. Yeah, we do get Taylor back again, and then of course they do dance briefly. Here's that great sequence in the airport.
Yes.
Yeah, here's Mama Joanna Lumley. I thought Mama was a little too young. Would have rather seen a little bit of an older Mama, but
That's
it's
fair.
okay.
Yeah, I will say that when she came on the screen, I didn't put it together right away. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't have realized that that's who that was supposed to be because she's always been portrayed very, very elderly. And I wish that they had kept the creepy-esque atmosphere she has. Like she's too
yeah,
Morticia. Morticia's the way Morticia is and the way she holds herself, and she's always like um, well dressed and well kept and
yep,
beautiful. I feel like having the grandmother that was kind of like crotchety and creepy and weird and popping out of nowhere,
yeah,
like
and
that.
uber weird,
We needed
and
that.
uber
Yeah,
crazy and weird, and
exactly.
they do
Yeah.
miss moments. Like so in this, why would he have normal rubber ducks? Like it's not. It
You could have
wasn't a
like
bad scene. It's like
creepy
he should have like
spikes
a
or
duck
something.
without
Yeah.
a head or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It would
something.
just
Yeah.
there's little things like that. I think it misses. However,
Yeah.
so not as strong as season one. I feel like
No.
it took a step back, but I have
Yeah.
half
We're trying to
story.
stay positive. Yeah. Trying
Yeah.
to stay positive. We'll see if it circles around and makes more sense and we have those oh moments in part two, which is coming up. I think it's this weekend. So
Is it really that soon?
I think so. Pretty
That's great.
sure.
That's good. Oh yeah, September 3rd. Oh crap, that's tomorrow. Oh man,
Yeah.
we're recording this. By the time you guys are seeing this, we'll actually already have it. So
We would
by
have
the time you're already
already
seeing this, we'll already have our take on. Oh, so this is actually. I'm glad that we were able to record it. So this is actually my unfiltered, fettered version. I don't have to remember what I felt. This is actually it. So I'm glad that actually worked out. That was not
Yeah.
planned. I didn't know. I actually for some reason thought it was November, but that must be Stranger
Oh
Things.
no, yeah.
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 So. Yeah, folks, let me know what you guys think. I was such a reluctant fan of the first season. I came in, I didn't have super high hopes, but I feel like I think the split season is probably the problem. But we'll get 4 more episodes, shortly, and we'll go from there. So, if you are catching this as a clip, make sure you check out the link in the description there to watch the whole Popscast.